Imagine traveling to a place where trust and ethics run the economy, and shops don't have shopkeepers, where sustainable and community living isn't just a concept, but a reality, and where every frame is picture perfect. Intrigued? Well, we are the local backpackers, and we are taking you with us to the unique Konoma village in Nagaland. This video will tell you everything you need to know about Asia's first green village. That's right, Konoma village is not just popular for the stunning views, but it's also a model village that practices sustainable living. Continue watching, but first, like and subscribe to our channel. Before jumping into our Konoma village expedition, let's do a quick recap. We arrived in Nagaland from Guwahati to witness the beauty of the Hornbill Festival. After spending 2 days at the festival and experiencing the festive campsite, we moved to another campsite high up on Zoku Valley. Our journey then brought us to Kohima, the heart of Nagaland, where Victoria and her family welcomed us, not as guests, but as family. So, after spending a few fabulous and super fun days at the Hornbill Festival and campsite, we have now come to the heart of the city, Kohima. So when we were doing research, we saw that places to stay, hotels, they have very little online presence. So we checked out the Nagaland Tourism Department website, and over there they had recommended few places to stay. So we literally picked up our phone and called a lot of places, and we boiled down to this one place called Victoria's Homestay. We came here last night, and since last night we feel that this is our own home. Everybody is so loving, so warm, and the place is very neat, clean, and it has this homey vibe. So we are going to stay here tonight, and today we are going to go to Konhoma village, which is India's first green village. So it's interesting, and we'll go check it out right now. After breakfast, we jumped on our scooter and headed to Konoma village, which is 20 kilometers away from Kohima city. It took us 45 minutes to reach Kohona village from Kohima. We rented out a scooter, and you can get a scooter in Kohima for around 1000 rupees for 24 hours. So yeah, we took the scooter and came here. But on the way, Google Maps really confused us. It showed us some roads and lanes that were not even there. So what we did is we spoke to locals and we took directions from them, and we also saw some signboards and followed that. Also, on the way, a lot of construction work was happening, so there were stretches which were very tough to ride on. But apart from that, the entire route was very scenic. We saw some cherry blossom also on the way, so coming here was good except for those stretches where construction work was happening. So, just a little away from Kohona village is a registration center, and as a tourist, you must register yourself there. The entry fee is 50 rupees per person. So, we paid that, and then we came to the main village area here. We just got here, and now we are going to start exploring this place. This is India's first green village, and let's see what it's got. Konoma village is India's first green village, and this is because of their conservation ethics and sustainable living practices. So over here, people do organic farming, terrace cultivation, and they also have ban on hunting, protecting the biodiversity. So from chopping wood to rainwater harvesting, this village is a model for sustainable living and an open classroom for other villages and towns to follow. Konoma village is setting an ideal example of how other villages and towns should strive to be. The other very unique thing we found here was that shops don't have shopkeepers. The community's moral ethics are so strong that shops run based on trust. This is so cool. Another very important ethical value that people carry here is respect and following moral code. So, one very interesting thing we saw was that people have set up shops outside selling small items without a shopkeeper. In fact, we went and we purchased an apple juice just by paying ourselves. The price was written and the item was present. We just picked up the item, paid the price, and enjoyed the juice. Konoma also holds a warrior village status due to the strong resistance the tribes showed against British forces in the 19th century. Konoma village is host to the Angami tribe. Even their houses reflect the Angami architecture. Konoma village is usually open from 11 am to 4 pm every day for tourists to come visit, meet the locals, shop, and just experience the community life villagers lead.
Hi.
What do you guys do? कौन से स्कूल में हो? स्कूल जाते हो?
नहीं।
नहीं? आपका नाम क्या है?
मेरा नाम रोकोजो।
हाँ?
रोकोजो।
कोकोजो। और आपका?
वितुना।
विक्टोरिया?
वितुना।
वितुना। अरे वाह। बस बाय।
We also happened to check out their bustling village market, where we could buy handmade scarves, bags, jewelry, and other handicrafts. We also bought amazing spices, including the super spicy Naga chili.
I'm getting this Naga chili.
I want it as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
100 rupees per
100.
packet.
Okay.
Wild apple. Looks like apricot. And they have this self-pay thing here. Got the QR as well. See?
Very cool.
Yeah.
We also enjoyed some delicious fermented ginger tea, which was made after fermenting tea for 20 days. Just by observing villagers' daily life offers a rare chance to connect with a community that lives in harmony with its stunning natural surroundings and the people in it. While walking around, we bumped into the Konoma Village Library that is run entirely by the community. Open and unlocked, you can take a book and leave one, showcasing the pure trust where visitors are free to read, borrow, and return books. This is an understated yet powerful symbol of the community's values.
So you can take a book and you can donate a book, and it's for the community without any charge. That's really, really cool.
As our time in Konoma came to an end, we left with quiet moments and memories shaped by the village's simple beauty and ideal lifestyle. As the sun set slowly and evening took over, we headed back to Kohima city. We visited the vibrant Kohima market that was filled with hawkers and vendors selling all kinds of things. It was also sizzling with delicious street food, and yes, we did grab some snacks. We also saw the Hornbill Festival bus that leaves frequently from Kohima to the Kisama village festival grounds. After a long day, we headed back to Victoria's cozy home where we relaxed by the warm hearth that was built for us. We exchanged stories and had lovely conversations to end our evening.
In fact, like last time I remember when I visited Meghalaya, there was hardly anyone who could who was speaking in Hindi, or they were even trying to communicate. And this time I saw most of them wanted to, even if they didn't, they tried. That was a big change. That was a big change.
But we are not going to forget the delicious local food Victoria made for us. A vegetarian meal with wholesome veggies, dal and rice. She also made her special pork stew recipe, which was such a comfort food for us after a long day of travel.
It's almost 6 in the morning and we are here at Victoria's homestay in Kohima. It's very beautiful in the morning. We came up to the terrace to see the sunrise. We are heading out now to Dimapur and then we have a train back to Guwahati today. We fly out to Mumbai from Guwahati tomorrow. So yeah, this is the last bit of our Nagaland adventure and we're so happy that we came and visited this beautiful, beautiful state.
We got up early to bid farewell to the soulful heart of Nagaland, a place that welcomed us with warmth, stories, and a sense of belonging that lingered long after we left. From quiet mountain villages to warm homes, shared meals, and unforgettable encounters, Nagaland gave us stories we'll carry with us long after our journey ends. If you love traveling with us to Nagaland, subscribe to us and follow for more meaningful and local travel content.